level 4 upgrade. Today I'm going to be installing Losi's bearings for the axles. Guys, these were donated to me by Jason. Thanks again, man. Let's go ahead and open these up and check them out. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut open the bag and just let them fall out. As you guys can see, these bearings are incredibly small. So be very careful when you get these because they are easy to lose. So let's go ahead and get these bearings installed. The first step is to remove all 4 tires. If you don't have the threaded axle set, you're going to have to remove the little E-clip that holds on the tire. If you have the threaded axle set, go ahead and remove the wheel nut. So the first bearings that we're going to go ahead and install are the ones in the front wheels. When you pull the front wheel off, you'll see that there's bushings inside of the rim. If you want to, you can go ahead and just push it onto the axle, and it should be enough to go ahead and push out the bushing. And now you can just do it the other way around, and you are good to go. Now you're going to get your new little bearings, slide those into position, front and back. And now slide it onto the axle and reattach the E-clip or the wheel nut. Now that we're done with the front, it's time to go ahead and move on to the back. Now you can see that the bushings are not in the wheel, they're actually in the axle carrier. So we need to go ahead and remove this top screw that holds on the camber link. Once you remove that screw, you're just going to go ahead and push down the axle carrier, remove the axle pin, and you can see that there is a bushing on each side. Just like with the front, you can easily just go ahead and use the axle to push out the bushings. Once you get the bushings out, you can easily go ahead and slide a bearing into each side. One there, and one here. Make sure you go ahead and push them all the way down, and now you're going to go ahead and get your dry shaft. You're going to line it up with your axle, which you need to go ahead and slide back in through the bearings. And then you're just going to go ahead and line it up with the dry shaft, push it all the way down, and then you can finally attach the camber link back to the axle carrier. And this installation is complete. Thanks Jason again for this awesome donation. And that was Minion's level 4 upgrade. Which you should be, oh my gosh, don't sound like it. And if you have the axles that are threaded, well, you just have to remove the wheel nut. The wheel nut. So the first fair. Now that the front is done, it's time to go ahead and move on to the back. Move on to the back. Screw that holds the camber link to the Now that the front is done, it's time to go. Oh, what the bearings is actually in the steering axle. What the freak? You can go ahead and slide a bearing into.